This cat's sole motivation in life was getting to eat canned food every single day. In just 2.5 years, not only did it grow into a muscular 2-meter-tall giant of a cat, but it also taught itself how to do household chores. If it noticed that groceries were running low, it would even head to the supermarket on its own to shop, then wait for Anna to come home from work and cook for it. It had come to a profound feline realization: to live, need money. If it didn't make sure its frontline servant, the one who scooped its litter, could work and earn a steady income, then it, waiting at home, would inevitably starve. It had understood this from the very first day it entered the household. Yes, its owner was the kind of human who could turn her own home into a garbage dump. But even so, the cat never looked down on Anna. It could never forget how she had rescued it during a heavy snowstorm when it was nearly frozen to death, and the way she broke down sobbing the moment she saw it was safe. That's why, even as the cat worked itself to exhaustion day in and day out, Anna would often lounge around at home, seemingly without a care. Though she did wonder how her cat had grown so enormous, every time she tried to ask, it would flex its muscles emphatically, clearly trying to show it wasn't fat, just buff, which always made Anna drop the subject. Even though this was her first time owning a cat, she knew hers was special. Still, she figured as long as she kept it a secret from everyone else, things would be fine. But then she suddenly remembered what her department manager had mentioned yesterday. He somehow knew she had a cat at home. Anna was sure she'd never told him. Looking back, his reaction had been oddly calm, not at all what you'd expect from someone hearing about a giant cat. It was almost as if he'd already been to her place. But that couldn't be, she had no memory of it whatsoever. And if it were true, that would be bad. Before the cat took over the housework, Anna's apartment had been a complete mess. It only started improving once the cat took charge. When she asked the cat if it remembered anything, it immediately played dead. Truth was, that memory was forever burned into its mind. Luckily, Anna could guess what the cat was thinking. At first, she felt a little embarrassed and tried to downplay it, saying the apartment had only been a tiny bit messy. But the moment she said that, the cat perked up, clearly offended by the understatement. Once Anna left for work, the cat's day truly began. Whenever groceries ran low, it would head to the supermarket on its own. Of course, the first question people might ask is, wasn't it afraid of being seen? Well, yes, passers-by were undoubtedly stunned. Most just assumed they were hallucinating from exhaustion. After all, since when do giant, muscular cats go grocery shopping? The store clerk had seen this unusual customer before, but this time, the manager was in. Without hesitation, she reported the cat. To her surprise, the manager walked right up, took the cat's paw, and shook it warmly. It turned out the manager was a huge cat lover, and this was his chance to finally feel those delightfully springy toe beans. The clerk was used to weirdness by now, but one thing still puzzled her. She assumed the cat was just someone in a very realistic costume. What could be so exciting about squeezing a fake paw? But she had to admit, the costume was incredibly lifelike. She couldn't even spot a zipper. Curious, she asked the cat if it had sewn the outfit itself. The cat, thrilled, nodded and pointed proudly at its clothes, making the clerk even more convinced this was one strange person. When it was time to check out, she mentioned that the store had just gotten a new shipment of cat food. The moment she said it, the cat started nodding excitedly, as if the cans were for itself. Not one to turn down a sale, the clerk rang it up. After the strange customer left, she found the manager looking thrilled. He conducted a customer survey, and almost every response mentioned how cute the store's cat was and how they wanted to come back because of it. So the manager decided then and there, the next time the cat showed up, he'd offer it a part-time job. The clerk could only walk away, speechless. Meanwhile, at the office, Anna ran into her department manager in the elevator. Just as the atmosphere grew awkward, he broke the silence. He mentioned that Anna seemed much brighter lately, and even her work had improved, all thanks to that cat, he guessed. Anna's heart dropped. Her worst fear was coming true. She still had no memory of the manager ever visiting her home. The memory came back to him clearly. 2 years earlier, he'd come across Anna completely drunk after work. When he tried to help, she threw up right then and there. Being a colleague, he ended taking her home, only to find she'd forgotten her keys. Just as he was wondering what to do, the door suddenly swung open. There stood a cat, which promptly rushed out and slapped Anna across the face, then turned and bowed to him, as if thanking him for bringing her back. At the time, he was too stunned to process it. He almost thought he was the one drunk. Hearing this, Anna finally understood. But there was one important question she couldn't skip. Did you come inside my apartment? The manager simply looked at her quietly for a full minute, then tacitly admitted it by not denying it. So Anna insisted on making it up to him, even if it was just helping with small errands. The manager tried to refuse, saying it was no big deal, but then an idea struck him. He took out his phone. On the last weekend of the month, would Anna join him at the aquarium? There was supposed to be a concert by a popular aquatic-themed idol group. Though a bit baffled, Anna agreed. When she got home, she told her cat all about it, how the manager had invited her to the aquarium for some mermaid idol concert. The moment the cat heard this, it became absolutely thrilled.